class of 2022. I'm Savannah Sennett and I'm running for Senior Lieutenant Governor. We've had quite an interesting high school experience so far. After only being fully in person for the entirety of our freshman year, we've missed out on a lot of fun and making memories. I don't want to look back at my high school years and only think, oh, there was a pandemic. I want to think, oh wow, high school was so much fun. This year is our year though, and I want to be Senior Lieutenant Governor to make sure it's one for the books. All of us are going to move on and achieve great things, but I want our senior year to be a year that everyone can look back on and smile at. We have a lot to do to make up for last year, so this year we need to have twice as much fun. Class of 2022, let's make this a year to remember. Be sure to vote for me in the upcoming elections, and have a great day, Eagles!
Hi, my name is Charlie Henry. You won't recognize me from ASB, but anyone who knows me will be aware of the wide variety of activities that I have done. From running on the school cross-country team, to participating in clubs like Students for Change and Model United Nations, to hiking in New Mexico with the Boy Scouts. These diverse experiences have taught me a number of skills, including perseverance, pride, teamwork, dedication to leadership and to fairness, and service to my community. I saw an opportunity to put those skills to use, and that's why I decided to run for Secretary-Treasurer of the class of 2022. The past year has been rough. That we can all agree upon. We have been isolated, thrown for a loop by a virus that seemingly came straight out of left field. It has, out of necessity, made for something of a disappointing junior year. But despair not. If you elect me, I will work alongside the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the ASB officers to make next year the best it can possibly be. After all we've been through, we deserve nothing less, and I've got the right stuff to make it happen.
Take 37. You got this. What's up, everyone? It's that time of the year again. Time for more ASB Speeches. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. We're finally here, and it's almost senior year. But for the first time, these speeches aren't just for our class, but for the whole school. So to the freshmen and sophomores, hey, I'm Zane Sant, and this past year, I've had the privilege to serve our junior class as governor, as we've redefined our roles in class and school activities. I vividly remember my freshman year of high school, walking through the halls and trying to find my classes. It's crazy to think that next year there will be sophomores who have never opened their lockers. This past year was a test in our adaptability, the radical changes we're all forced to make. Going back should be easy, but it's not. No one is mentioning how many adaptations we had to make to return to school. For me, at least, these past 3 months have been a hard transition back to a day-to-day life that now feels like a distant memory. But this speech and my campaign isn't about this past year or the trials and tribulations we've had to overcome. It's about this next one. It's almost summer vacation, and with it brings the hope that these 3 months will allow us to return with a greater opportunity for a normal school year. In these past 3 years in ASB, I have learned so much watching everyone work to make our high school experience a little bit better. Now that we are focused on reopening, there are so many events and memories to be made up for. I'm hoping that together, we can fill next year with as many missed opportunities to enjoy the times we have together now. For the first time in a crazy year, the future looks bright. As president, I will make it my mission to bring back a sense of normalcy and school culture as we work together to make next year great. Thank you. Let's go!
Hey Eagles, I'm Jack Stoker and I'm running for your ASB president. My goal is simple. Let's make the next year of high school your favorite one. Let me tell you why I'm the best candidate to do just that. Most of you may be asking, how's this random guy going to make my next year of high school the best? I have endless ideas of class competitions, school spirit days, and lunchtime events that promote the fun that you see in high school movies. Just to name one, only some of you have gotten to experience our dodgeball tournament that we have every single year, which will 100% be happening next year. I want to plan weekly activities for the student body to get together and just have fun. I want to be your president because I know that I'm the best candidate and I know that I can make a difference in your high school experience. I've got the experience and the skills to do the best job possible. I was the class governor for 2 in-school years, and planned float boating where the whole class came out and created memories we will never forget. We also ran the basketball snack bar, which if you ask anyone who bought from us, we sold some pretty bomb pops. Sorry if my dad joke offended anyone. But all jokes aside, while I was governor for those 2 years, we raised lots of money for the class while having lots of fun doing it. I am a hard worker and determined to make all clubs, activities, and sports feel the full support of the school and myself during their events. I am there to support and cheer you on. It is really important to me this next year to have lots of school spirit since we missed out on so much of it this last year. I want to make sure that every student feels welcome and included to go out and rep their school pride. Last year, I fell short of winning the race for junior governor, but I decided to stay in ASB and support the class officers because of how much I love ASB. Ever since I ran for freshman governor, I dreamed of the day where I would run for class president, and today is that day. When you vote for me, you vote for someone who loves the job, and I will put everything I have into it to make sure that every student has the best year possible. I hope that my contribution as your ASB president can make a difference in your life and high school experience. With that being said, don't be whack, vote for Jack, and go Eagles.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Samara Yusufzai, and I want to be your next ASB Vice President. As we all know, El Segundo High School is often used as a set for some of our favorite movies. I often see the parallels between both our lives and these cinematic masterpieces. Both contain friendships, hardships, and especially plot twists. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but there was this thing called a pandemic that happened. I'd say that's the largest plot twist for all of us. So, while that cut my time short with you all this year, I am nothing if not dedicated towards making up for this lost time as your vice president. In this position, I want to create an environment where you all feel accepted and excited to be students at El Segundo High School. I am ready to take on this leadership role because my top priority is to uplift my peers so we can all thrive together as a united school. I cannot help but reminisce about our unity last year during the filming of the Lipped Up video. Those feelings of joy and school spirit, I still remember it clear as day, and I am dedicated towards bringing that energy back to our school next year. Now, underclassmen, I understand you may not have been here for the Lipped Up, and you may not know me very well, but let me assure you, I am a woman true to my word, and I am completely devoted towards ensuring that you receive those joyful moments you have yet to experience at El Segundo High School. And to my peers, my fellow upperclassmen, this will be our last year as high schoolers. If there is someone you can count on to make this the most memorable year you've ever had at ESHS, I guarantee you that someone is me. Because as the great Elle Woods once said, what? Like it's hard? Let's regain the time we lost. Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try. I'm not gonna try to make next year the best we've ever had. I'm just gonna do it. Vote for the era of Samara Eagles. Bye.
Hey Eagles, my name is Sarah Kusero and I'm running for ASB Vice President. I've actually been thinking a lot about this speech and honestly it's been really difficult to write. I was saying to myself, how can these people get to know me and what I want for our school in a short little speech? But that's just it. I mean, some of you don't know me at all. So I thought I'd start off by telling you a little bit about me. My favorite color is blue, my favorite food is pasta, and oh, this is my dog. His name is Boots and he sleeps all the time. I wish I could live his life. So now that maybe you know me a little bit better, let's get into some of the more serious stuff. The big question is, why should you vote for me? Well, as your vice president, I would love to bring back some of the activities that we've missed out on this year. The most fun times in my high school experience were football games, float building, homecoming, and basically anything involving school spirit. I remember the first high school football game I went to as a freshman. I was standing in the student section with my friends, and to be honest, I was confused why everyone was standing, but I did it anyways. And when the team went out on the field and began playing, the kids I was standing around went crazy. There were so many different cheers and yelling, and it was just electric. I think that's the moment I knew how fun high school could be. You have to prioritize it along with your schoolwork, and don't let the time pass you by. I would really love for these events to make a comeback, especially for all the freshmen who haven't experienced these things at all. I want to make these events bigger and better than they ever were just for you guys. I think with a lot of energy and spirit within our ASB officers and class as a whole, we could pull that off and have an amazing year next year. So, with all that said, I would really appreciate your vote, and don't forget, Sarah Kay knows the way.
Hey Eagles, my name is Sophia Early and I'm running for ASB Treasurer. I've been at ASB for 3 years now. I've been a freshman representative, a co-commissioner of publicity and public relations, and a commissioner of community relations. Now, I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm going to keep this short. Because this past year we've missed so many fun activities such as prom, homecoming, Spirit Week, and even Tommy's Burgers, I want to make it my goal as ASB Treasurer to make next year as exciting as possible for our student body. As ASB Treasurer, I plan on aiding my fellow officers and classmates to create an entertaining and safe environment for all students as we continue our transition. I can't wait to help plan activities, both small and large, for next year, and I hope you all have an amazing summer. Thank you.
Hey Eagles, I'm Tommy Tishy, but what you might not know is I'm going to be the El Segundo ASB Secretary next year. I'm so excited to take on this upcoming school year in this new position, as there are so many things to do this year, which means that this upcoming school year will be packed with so much fun. Some roles I'm going to take on this upcoming school year is being a leader to our entire school body and assisting my fellow ASB officers and ESHS staff. What I look forward to next school year is being able to attend and accomplish the things we weren't able to do in the past year. After being an officer in ASB for 2 years, it made me excited to come back and support our class and work for my school for another year. Thank you, and go Eagles.